Hello students, I'm Shazli from Top Rankers and I welcome you all to the session around how to improve reading comprehension. Well students, this is one of the most important sessions considering the fact that this is one skill which will be required in many examinations: CLAT, ALET, SLAT, CUET, Law, then we have MHCET, then COOLI. So majorly in almost all the examinations, they focus more on one skill, that is reading. CLAT, SLAT and ALET. These three question papers will be a reading driven paper where you get the passages and on the basis of your understanding around the passage you are supposed to answer the questions. So these three question paper will be reading driven paper. Now other than that, in MHCET you again get passages, then in CUET law as well you get the passages for reading along with questions around vocabulary and grammar. All right. Now students, I have seen students struggling with reading comprehension because probably they have not read enough to gain that kind of confidence, and probably they have not read passages around different genres. I've seen students good at reading novels, but when it comes to question paper or mocks, so they are struggling with the scores again because probably they are not comfortable with those genres which are being asked in the question papers. So students, let's focus on this skill, that is reading comprehension, and I'm here to share so many tips, tricks and strategies around the same so that you all can hone your reading skills and score great in your examination. So here are the most effective strategies, students. First of all, you should focus on the sources with complex argument and varied topics such as newspaper, magazine, politics, economics. So identify the genres which are frequently asked in the newspaper, in the actual examination. So I would suggest students like newspaper. Why? Because you know that Indian context is the second most important genre. The first important genre is literature. I have not written this in the list despite the fact that this is the most important genre, because I actually wanted to talk about, I wanted to highlight this thing that you have to focus more on literature. All right. So literature is the most important genre in which you get passages around fictions and non-fictions. Now, what do you mean by fictions? Fictions are based on imagination, like extracts from short stories, novels, dramas, and non-fictions where you actually get to know about book reviews, the author's writing style, contemporary author's writing style, theme in the specific era. Then we may talk about different characters. Then we may talk about many things other than imagination. Alright, so literature is a combination of fictions and non-fictions. If I talk about last year, so they gave one fiction and one non-fiction. Fiction was an extract from George Orwell's famous book Animal Farm, and the non-fiction was an extract from one of the famous books by Yuval Noah Harari, that is Sapiens. Alright, so these two passages were given. Now imagine out of 5 passages, 2 passages were around literature. So this is the most important genre. If I talk about the last 7 years, so I have seen approximately 16 to 17 passages around literature. So this is a good weightage. That's the reason that you should focus more on literature, be it fictions and non-fictions. And that's the reason that I have just highlighted it separately. All right, students. Now, this is the second most important genre, Indian context, newspaper, editorials and opinion pieces. Alright, this will help you developing your understanding around Indian context. This is the second most important genre. Now, magazine on politics and economics, science and culture. Now, economics is the fourth most important genre and science is the third most important genre. Alright. Now you may also see essays and long form journalism. Definitely they aim to read topics you really don't naturally enjoy as well. Like probably you don't enjoy reading economics or science and technology. So you're reading just for the sake of reading, right? So I would say, students, you should challenge your reading skills. If you're already good at novels, if you have been reading novels, if you have been reading short stories, then switch to non-fictions for some time. And suppose if you don't enjoy reading, say, economics related passages or science and art, technology related passages, so you should read science and technology and economics related articles more often. Why? Because you need to develop your reading skills for the same. And the first condition is having a prior knowledge. So when you read, you get the prior knowledge, you get the basic knowledge around those genres, so that you become comfortable while reading the passages and the articles around the same. All right, students. Now let's go ahead with the next strategy. You should read actively. What do you mean by that? I've seen students that they are reading, ma'am, since morning I have been reading, but what they have read? Nothing. All right, probably they are passive readers. That means they are reading just for the sake of reading. They're not focusing on what is written there. All the thoughts around the world will come exactly the time when you read. All right, so suppose if you're reading, you think about your dinner, your lunch, your parties, your shopping, everything other than what you are actually reading. Okay, that happens when you don't enjoy the process of reading. And why don't you enjoy process of reading? Because you don't have prior knowledge. So I would say, student, I think having a prior knowledge of different genre is the only solution to the problem that is around reading comprehension. Be it speed, accuracy, retention, whatever the problems you're encountering around reading, I think 95% problems can easily be resolved once you start having prior knowledge of different genres. And how can you get prior knowledge? I think research skills. And in research skills, what you can do, you can simply read the articles. All right, you should develop your basic understanding for the basic, like knowledge, so that you all gain confidence by reading the passages around the same. Okay, students. Now, instead of just moving your eyes across the page, ask yourself, now, how can you become active reader? You become active reader when you make this process interactive. How can you make this entire process of interactive? Just by writing down some points. How can you write down the points? By writing down the keywords. So per passage, I expect each of you to write down 5 to 10 keywords. If the passage is short, then 5 keywords will suffice the need. If passage is lengthy, then I think up to 10 keywords will suffice the need. So write down the keywords around the main idea, the main points being discussed in the passage. Then you can also write down that why a particular paragraph was included. What is the purpose of para 1, para 2, para 3, para 4. That way you have logical correction of the entire passage. Alright, para 1 is the purpose of this paragraph is suppose exploring the topic or revealing the theory, new theory. Alright, para 2 probably is discussing around the pros, and para 3 is talking about the cons, para 4 is coming up with the conclusion, whatever is the condition there. Now you should also see whether the author is presenting facts, opinion or criticism. You should ask yourself, you should know like what is author doing. Then what is the tone of the passage, be it neutral, it can be acerbic, critical, optimistic, pessimistic, many tones are there. Alright, so you should actually see what is the tone of the passage. Now what do you mean by tone? Tone is all about authors, author's feelings, author's perspectives, and author's attitude towards a particular topic. Now, this habit will train you to answer the inference and tone-based questions quickly with utmost accuracy as well. Now, students, improve your vocabulary context. Now, what do you mean by that? See, I expect each of you to learn 20 odd words in a day, and those words should be high frequency words, and you should not simply cram the words. You should immediately use some techniques of learning vocabulary, be it mnemonics, cluster, words etymology, visual skills, topic specific vocabulary. I have just named 5 techniques of learning vocabulary. So I would appreciate if you can learn say 20 new words per day. But again, student, at times it happens like when you see the passage, although you're good at vocabulary, but you come across a new word. So what is the best way? Make some intelligent guesses. You should read the sentences before and after that specific word, and you can make your intelligent guess around the word and see if that word, that guesswork is there, or the synonym of your guesswork is there in the options given. Immediately choose that option. You should also write down the unfamiliar word whenever you come across, so that you actually can learn the word. You have to target them. All right, suppose if I am reading newspaper and I might have come across say 8 new words, I'll write down and I'll learn those words the same day I came across. All right. Now you should review the words periodically. That means you should revise the word. CLAT usually tests understanding rather than obscure vocabulary, like contextual vocabulary is being asked in CLAT examination. Now summarize after every passage. That means you should write down the short summary. Short summary, I would say like maximum 2 to 3 lines. All right, should be the summary of the passage you read. When you finish reading, you should immediately write the main idea in one sentence, the purpose of each and every paragraph, the author's conclusion. If you can summarize accurately, that means you have understood the entire passage. Now, you should practice CLAT style passages regularly. I would say students probably 4 to 6 comprehension passages per day should be attempted almost every day. After checking your answers, you should analyze the incorrect answer and why those answers went wrong, what should be the correct strategy for those questions which were wrong. All right, suppose if you notice after a week or so that assumption is one particular question type that I have been committing mistakes around. So you should now focus more on the strategies around assumption based questions. All right. So you should understand why the correct option is right and why an incorrect option, so that you can use the same logic in the upcoming mocks and in the actual examination. Now you should also identify whether your mistakes came from rushing, misunderstanding or overthinking. All right, at times we overthink, we choose the correct option, we go and then we change the option only because we have over thought about that option. So I would say students, your first inclination usually are considered to be the best one. So you should focus on your first inclinations. All right. Now, learning from mistakes is more valuable than simply solving more questions. So, if you're say solving passages almost every day, but if you're not analyzing the mistake, then you're simply wasting those passages. So, whenever you practice the questions, immediately go for analysis so that you have proper learning out of your mistake. Now, students, outside knowledge. Usually in CLAT, extrapolation is a crime. Now, what do you mean by extrapolation? You go beyond what is given in the actual passage or in the articles. So, definitely, if outside knowledge is there, so you should eliminate those options. So, focus on process of elimination. In process of elimination, the options which you try to eliminate, you have proper reasoning for elimination. So this is one reasoning, that this was extra knowledge or outside knowledge. So I'm eliminating a particular option given there. Okay, students, after this, improve your reading speed gradually. See, I would say student, the only solution to this problem is having a prior knowledge. You slow down yourself when you feel that you are uncomfortable with a particular topic, and that happens only when you don't know much about the topic. You're reading it for the first time, you're coming across for the first time. So I would say students, focus on prior knowledge, try to gain knowledge of different genres, at least the basic knowledge. And then you should, when you make notes, so automatically you're reducing your time for comprehension. You know the topic, sentence, you know the title, you know the purpose, you know the main idea. All right, you know the examples. So automatically it will reduce your speed. Rather than, I should say, it will reduce your timing on per passage, because normally we spend more time on the passage. So when you're writing notes, no, so you don't go for second and third reading. So you reduce the timing and you actually can speed up yourself accordingly. Now students, take sectional mocks. That means practice under exam condition. So there are many tests which are uploaded on the portal. You definitely at least per week you give your mock. All right, so you should set a timer exactly the way you are appearing for the examination. I'll suggest students you should actually take your admit card as well, your I card as well, your Aadhaar card as well, so that you are in a habit of carrying all those important documents. So try to take a photocopy of everything with you, even Aadhaar card in every mock you go for, so that you have a practice of keeping everything with you. You should set timer. You should attempt questions only, attempt only the English section, review thoroughly afterwards, tracking accuracy and offer. I think this can be implemented even for other sections as well. All right. So you should track accuracy, which is quite important in tracking speed. Now, a 30-day practice plan, that means you should spend, say, 20 to 30 minutes reading time on one editorial or long form kind of article. Because usually, if the article is about, of about, say, 1500 words to 2000 words, so automatically it will take more time. All right, usually you get the passages of around 400 to 450 words. All right, so you spend, say, 5 minutes, but if it's actually almost the four times of what you actually read in the examination, so you should give times to a specific article. Now 10 minutes you should summarize it, note new words. 30 to 40 minutes you should solve 2 to 3 CLAT reading comprehension passages, and 20 minutes analyze the mistake. I mean after every mock, spend 20 minutes for analyzing the mistakes you're committing. All right, students. Now, next common mistakes to avoid. I think you read too quickly without understanding the passage. That probably can be one of the mistakes students keep committing every now and then. Other than that, choosing answers that are almost true but not supported by the passage. So immediately you should think, is it extrapolation? That means extra knowledge, or simply assumption which is not given in the passage. Spending too long on one difficult question. So that's a kind of mistake. See, if the question is difficult and if you are not able to comprehend it properly, chances are high that you end up marking the wrong option. And if you're spending more time, that's going to be a double loss. You wasted so much of time on that question, but still it went incorrectly. All right, so avoid that. Ignoring the author's tones and purposes will also cost you a lot. And if you skip the practice of reviewing and analyzing the mistakes, all right, so mock analysis plays a crucial role. So you should analyze each and every question, and especially the wrong one, students. And if you skip this practice, so you are actually committing a blunder. Now, students, that is all. I guess I have covered almost everything. I'll give you target of every day. Like you should read 7 to 10 articles per day, which should include short story, editorials, and the articles of the most challenging genre for you, or you assume that they are supposed to be the challenging one. And of course, the important genres which are there in the CLAT. So literature, Indian context, economics, science and technology, psychology, philosophy. I think this should suffice the need. All right, students, thank you so much and all the best.